back, folks. We are here on Loppol with Team Peasants and Team Blue. Not sure what their name is, but we will call them the Team Batman team. Alright. And let's go. It looks like Matt is going to be feeling on off-tank. He does not play off-tank, but it looks like DPS Arya is coming to play here. As we are on the map I totally am not sure the name of on Loppol. Both teams, looks like Team Batman is going to be still going their dive with that love for Sombra Reaper. That is their go-to. They have not swapped at all this game. But Team Peasants Crown, man, I don't know what their name is going more brawl-like. With Sue on the Doomfist. Tricked us there, but he is on the Doomfist. And we are just impatiently waiting as both teams ready up. You know, blue team is ready. Blue team Batman team is ready. But will yellow team ready up? Probably not. They're probably talking about anime, because that's what, you know, they always talk about is anime and the divorced lives that they live. Only playing Overwatch for their whole life. Let's see if they will put that time spent in Overwatch to the test. As we finally ready up, both teams are ready to engage as we press R and go for it. Blue team is going to be diving in while yellow is brawling as we come to the point. Doomfist trying to find a pick as the blue team wraps around going on Nerf on the Rhine. Both teams are engaging and brawling out as blue almost falls off and stomps on that Rhine. Both teams are continuing to brawl, but it looks like blue is going to be coming out ahead as they get the point. Doomfist is trying to find a pick, but is unable to as he falls off the point. Just going straight in, not giving a damn, and blue continues to clean up. Yellow is trying to get a little bit of picks here, and Nerf is trying to get some picks, and wow, the boop is on Loppol.
Stream it because I closed over what?
And my co-cast Loppol is here as yellow has to reset here as blue takes the point. Wow, Loppol, how do you think that came about? You know, Doom just died on the point.
I don't know. I just got in the game. I'm currently taking a look at the two different team costs, two very different playstyles.
Definitely very different playstyles.
Picks Depresso with a double boot.
Ooh, looks like yellow is potentially going to clean up here as blue is forced to reset. Wow. Steve Rogers potentially carrying them on that point.
What opened up was that boot from Depresso.
That's true, that's true.
Really giving him so much space with that Reaper down.
Oh, Grab is coming to point. Qs are being pressed. Oh, and that huge ante with Bell. But unfortunately, Steve Rogers does go down, and EMP is pushed. Both teams are just pressing Q left and right as blue cleans up point. But Depresso is trying to hold back with Matt, just trying to keep taking those percentages. But it does look like
With another double boot from the Lucio.
You know, I do love
He is popping.
environmental boosts. Oh man, Nerf is coming to point, trying to just
They're coming in with a stall. Honestly, this is still super never mind, I take it back.
48 to 44 with big
That was
ante.
really good stall.
Big stall for the yellow team, but unfortunately that is going to be a reset there. You know, I do actually change my mind. MVP potentially for those boobs in Espresso. Big boobs coming out for the yellow team.
Honestly, I do think Matt Thriller Zarya might be good, but I think the Diva would be better.
Very true, very true. But it does look like that was a big shatter from Nerf, giving them the opening to come back on point. Both teams are brawling on point, but unfortunately, Nerf is booped on point, with blue continuing to clean up the kills here.
Oh, there's your Reaper battle on point. Go watch that. Go watch the Reaper battle.
1v1?
It was a 1v1, but it is no more.
Unfortunate. Looks like there is going to be a brawl out here, 3v3. It looks like we are pushing in, and Grab is pushed out. And that
I just call it the Pit of Despair.
Pit of despair. That's true. Pit of sadness.
I have a story about the Pit of Despair. I'll tell you later.
Okay. Both teams are trying to brawl it out here on blue team's spawn point. Tanks are coming in on the left here, trying to find a place to come in, but they are undecided as they come into the right side. Both teams dive in with EMP blown out. Oh,
Honestly, I'm not. That EMP wasn't even needed.
no,
2 people had already died by the time it come out.
I think their key buttons are being broken right now as they just keep pressing Q repeatedly.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. That actually, that Blade from 2,
Oh,
Blade, not Blade,
the
Reaper ult from 2, just cleaned up shot.
definitely, and it does.
Oh, Vel gets booped. Vel gets booped. That's massive for Team Blue.
Brawls on the point as both teams are just sprawling out. Nerf is just swinging away, trying to get some picks as Beat is pushed out for the yellow team. Oh, the boot.
99-99. But it doesn't look like Yellow's gonna be able to come back from this.
But Blade is coming out right here as Steve Rogers gets hacked, trying to slice away at that Sombra as he makes it. 3-on-3 for blue as Little Diva is killed, trying to get back.
They just need to get that Reaper. If they can get that Reaper, easy.
This is a potential right here, and Steve Rogers with 10.
Steve Rogers cleans up house.
You know what? I honestly there for a second, Loppol, I thought that blue was gonna take it with that Reaper ult at the end there.
Honestly, same. The only reason they were able to survive is because the Genji had the deflect, and he just walked up into the Reaper's face and he was like, no, me.
Definitely. I think that Steve Rogers probably had like 10 health. He was probably screaming for his life, heal me, heal me, heal me, but no healers came to side with the end of it.
Honestly, Steve Rogers cleaned up for that round, honestly saving that point.
I agree, and honestly, I think that Depresso had some pretty big boobs to really get initiation off for yellow, gotta say. Well,
I do think Team Yellow would have had a much easier time if they were running the Diva instead of the Zarya, because the Zarya bubbles are nice. The damage from Zarya is nice, but the Diva just adds so much more sustain because they're running the Reaper Sombra Moira.
definitely, and that blue team has been running that Sombra to where yellow team should know that by now. Sombra is their blue team's pick. Not sure what's going on here with the yellow.
It looks like they're just trying to play around comfort picks at the moment, which is perfectly fine if they're able to pull it off.
Very true, very true. Looks like red team is ready here, so we will see if yellow team is ready. They might be talking about anime. That was going on last time. What your favorite anime was. Do you watch anime, Loppol?
Not really.
Oh, Loppol. Gotta watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's what you gotta watch.
See, people tell me, but it's like, eh. I've watched a little bit and it's just like, eh.
It's so good. It's so good. And it looks like yellow team is forgetting to press the F control button here. But
I think they're still trying to talk about what they want to run here.
potentially
I think they're gonna
any
probably
other
swap
5
off the
minutes.
Genji, if I'm gonna guess correctly.
Ooh,
5,
we have it.
4,
No, no, they are
Zen
keeping the
coming
Genji.
online. Oh, just
One.
kidding. Vel's swapping
round
us up.
2. Capture the
Looks like blue
objective.
team is gonna dive back in with brawl going on the yellow team. Both teams are gonna initiate straight onto point. Blue makes it here first. With Pharmacy
Blue with a dive, much more
coming
mobile.
in for yellow. Blue team does not have a pick for Pharmacy, so that could be trouble for them as both teams are brawling on point right now.
It is a trouble for them, but honestly, because they're not running the Diva, the Rhine, they're just able to shoot the Rhine for free. And just absolutely just melt the Rhine. Specifically if he gets hacked, and they don't have to play the kill the Pharah. They can just ignore the Pharah, kill the front line, pressure them back.
Oh, that poor Mercy. She tried. She got hacked out, but blue Sombra does get that with lost action coming on to play pepper in that Mercy a bit. Blue does take this with 11% on 2% here as yellow is forced to reset.
Honestly, this really depends on the coordination between Sue and Steve, whether they're able to capitalize on any of the direct hits that the Pharah is able to land. Otherwise, it just can be super difficult for any space to be made.
Definitely. Sue is taking point right now, but unfortunately Cole does take the life of Nerve. Blue is forcing yellow to reset, but they are continuing to go. Press and W. Their W key's almost broken. As it does look like all they will be doing is some poke damage with Sue coming down.
Absolutely.
Monkey is taking advantage of this unfortunate stagger. Trying to get some more. Oh, that.
Oh,
is
massive
big
shatter, but there's
huge
not
shatter
enough
by
people
Nerf.
there for much cleanup. Two
Definitely
picks
not.
though. The Reaper's trying to push in the tank's face.
Wow, it does look like both teams are trading players. This does potentially look like Yellow could cap here.
Yellow does have a grab. They either need to use it here or
Grab is
they are using it here,
right
but
now.
wait
Both
for next
teams are
fight.
pressing Q. Both teams are pressing Q. Who will press Q more better? It does look like Yellow does have numbers right now. Monkey is trying to escape here. Well, Diva bomb does come to play. Does not hit anybody as Yellow does blade here on the point. Moira goes down. Diva goes down. And Yellow takes it with 83% for Blue and 2% in building for Yellow. Wow.
That was such a long fight. There were so many ultimates invested by Yellow because of the oddness of their comp they're running. They did end up getting the flip, but it just cost too much, and honestly, they're just going to be staggering themselves from this fight on because they don't have any more ultimates to go off of other than beat.
100%. And all they have is
That said, Sue and Matt are already 60 and 70% on their ults, so if this fight can be stalled out as a long fight, they do have the potential. However, with Nerfer going down right there, honestly, Matt just has to back up.
Grab pushing out though. We'll see if maybe Steve Rogers can take that on. Unfortunately, he gets nothing as he does get hacked and pulled. Blue is starting to clean up this fight here with Reaper going down too. Oof, you know what, Loppol, you were completely right. Damn. Blue just won the ult economy.
Blue just has to play passive, play slow, and because of the comp that Team Yellow is running, they're gonna have the downside in this fight.
Definitely. We can potentially win conditions potentially if Sue does get a big oh, EMP is pushed out. Die is spammed onto the board. Sue does come out on top, getting that Reaper down, and Yellow is cleaning up fight here as both teams are brawling on point, but Blue does not.
Yellow does come out of this fight, and they did survive the EMP, which is what they needed to survive to win. Definitely. That was a massive win fight from Team Yellow, and they're coming up with 3 ultimates online in the next fight.
Yes. Oh, Sombra is trying to get some peppering on that Genji, but
that said, with the blade that Steve is gonna have online, they will have a matching beat, so they will have to burn through the beat or kill the Lucio first.
That's a pretty big pick for Blue team, or it's for Yellow team, as pulls are popped for Yellow. Trying to keep Nerf up as Reaper is just antagonizing him, fading out, going back to his team as he realizes that big shatter for Nerf there, killing that Lucio, cleaning up the fight as the team then resets for Blue. You know
that was utterly devastating for Team Blue. They went in aggressively with the beat, and then they just lost the fight instantly as 2 picks went down as the beat went down.
They definitely have to get a big bomb to potentially even think about getting that 99. So.
Honestly though, with the Rhino and the Zarya, this shouldn't get any picks at all.
Oh, bomb comes into play, but nobody's gotten it. But Matt gets 2K on that grab. Yellow is cleaning up the point as we approach overtime. Sue with that die coming on point. Reaper is just trying to survive here as Yellow cleans it up, taking Sanctuary on Nepal here. Wow, not Loppol. You know, I honestly thought Blue had it. I really did.
Honestly, same. They made a couple of major mistakes pushing in on the aggressive after they got it to the 99, and that's utterly what cost them the game.
And probably the ult economy, like you mentioned earlier in that fight. They had the ults, but maybe potentially just not utilizing them right. I think that EMP could have been big for Yellow, especially with their picks of hero.
I think the EMP was a pretty decent EMP. I mean, it only picked off 2 for the EMP. They could have waited a little bit, but the EMP was fine. They just didn't get any value from the EMP.
Definitely.
Their issue was they were just playing too slow. They should have pushed the Team Yellow a bit because they used all of their ultimates, and Team Blue has some to spare.
No, definitely. I think Team Yellow did press W just a little bit harder. That just, I don't know.
They do have the Rhine, which does allow them to do that, but
True.
Honestly, Sue came out and he was just the better Reaper.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that. You know, his die had more dies than men Joker.
It's pretty accurate though.
Oh right, and Sue is gonna be going on the main with Blue having no changes to their comp. It looks like they are practicing.
No,
Sombra
they are
Mei.
off the Reaper and then on the Mei.
Well, no.
Oh, Team Blue. I was talking
Team
about
Blue.
Team Yellow.
Team Blue. Yeah, I am a
I
little
was
curious
looking at
how
Yellow.
they're gonna utilize that Mei.
Honestly, I'm not sure how the Mei Genji is going to be working, specifically if they're gonna have that Reaper. They're gonna have to burn through their Reaper first.
True, actually. We will see. And honestly,
If they just play Protect the President of Reaper and Monkey, Team Blue should utterly have this.
True, actually. I think that Sombra's probably prime hack is has to be nerf. Just taking down that shield consistently. What do you think?
It's either going to be Nerf or it's going to be Sue. Because you get Sue, not only can you burn down the Mei, which is massive, but Mei doesn't have Mei Wall, which is utterly important to her kit.
Yes, 100%. He's pretty useless if they do take down that wall. And just Haxu in general, just take him off the player board.
Honestly, the three hacks that they want to be getting off is Vel, Nerf, or Itsu. And then just jump on them, and then they die.
Of Yellow's choice in Genji, how are they going to utilize that? Oh, but we are coming to play here as both teams ready up.
They are. Team Blue is swapping to the Rein Zarya
nice.
mirror.
Okay. This is going to be a brawl v brawl then.
Oh, and they are off the Genji on the Reaper. This is actually going to be a lot of fun to watch. The difference in the comps is going to be just a Sombra and a Mei.
And it does look like both teams will be actually. Blue is going to go straight to point, while Yellow is coming around town, down to point from the right side.
Personally, from personal experience, I do like how Blue just takes the point instantly. Good wall from the Mei.
Getting that first pick off of Zarya, which is a crucial team point to the blue team. Both teams are pressing W, but it looks like Yellow is going to press W just a little bit harder as they cap the point here, with Blue forcing to reset.
Team Blue took the point first, which is massive for them, and then we have a pause. That's an oof. But in that fight, Steve Rogers went in the backline and just went dink, 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 killed the Zarya, and we have another pause. Oof. And the Mei in the front, Team Blue just was distracted, didn't know what to look at, and ultimately lost the fight that they, in my opinion, should have won.
You were completely right there on that Mei wall too. Like, that was huge for Yellow, taking that initial pick off Zarya. Big target.
Actually, I don't think the wall, that was a massive wall.
That was a big wall as, again, blue team is forced to reset. Wow, Sue going for those walls there, man.
Really strong plays from Sue.
Definitely. And it does look like Yellow is more, it does have that ult on me side with them, as both teams start to brawl under bridge here.
I'm going to be expecting
big wall from Sue again, as Ryan consistently goes down, getting a free shatter from Nerf. Both teams, oh, unfortunate. Yellow is...
That wasn't a free shatter, that was a BM shatter. They had already got 2 picks and won the fight.
You're right. Unfortunate for Nerf. Maybe he was excited. He just got too excited, and he just said, oh shit, the Q button's there. Press the Q.
It worked out for them really well, just clean up the fight instantly, but it's a fight like those that, in my opinion, if you're able to recognize, hey, this is a fight we can draw out, get stagger picks, that's where you're going to get a lot of value. However, that said, they are doing really good at shutting down the fights and stopping the Sombra from getting EMP. It's only at 70%, and she's still only at 90% EMP. So this is massive coming out from Yellow, making sure she doesn't get any value.
Q's are being pressed left and right here, with Yellow ultimately coming up top, using a little bit less ult. Reaper is in the play here, so, you know, Blue has to get that big EMP. Big EMP shatter has to be the win condition for Blue. So we'll see if they utilize that.
I am expecting a big EMP, but Lucio has that beat to counter it, potentially. So honestly, this is a 50-50 toss-up. They're not going to touch the point. They're not going to have time. I take it back.
You're right. Oh,
take it back. They touch the point.
Oh, Blue is getting some points here as Nerf is almost coming down here. Blue cleaning up the point as Lucio is forced to push back. Matt is stuck there, trying to get away, but Blue cleans him up. You know what? Damn.
That was a clutch fight. I didn't think Blue was going to be able to pull out, but they ended up doing it.
I think
Sombra.
the one who picked who got on point, right?
Sombra used a very late EMP, but honestly, it was massive. I don't think without the EMP they would have been able to turn over the fight.
You know, I
I just think it should have been used a little earlier myself.
I agree. I think Yellow is probably going to try to push in here with a Shatter Blossom, potentially?
I think Reaper's gonna go into the backline again and just try to get that Blossom off for free.
He's looking for it. Is he gonna
He is looking for the Shatter.
Oh, die is coming to point, but Men Joker does have the bigger die as Blue cleans up again. Wow.
Is this what we're calling it now? The die?
Yeah, because I couldn't think of it to begin with, but I'm just rolling it with it.
Brilliant.
You know, they both have equal ults right here. Unfortunately, Blue doesn't have a defensive ult for Yellow's grab, so we'll see how they potentially push or defend their team from that. They have a cold. Or they have
Honestly,
so...
looking at the two, Blue does have slightly better ult economy here coming in. That was
big grab. That's a huge grab, but Blue does have the defensive ult. And Steve Rogers getting the 2k kill on there, but Moira is going to kill him off. May is almost dead, but she is cryoing with brawling going on the point right here.
Massive May wall.
Ooh, Sue with that big freezing. And Robin Banks is thinking about touching. He's thinking about it with Ball and him coming on the point. Both teams are still brawling as Blue fights for their life in overtime, but unfortunate. Oh, Ryan gets on the point. Man, the stall is real here with Ryan charging on the point, trying to stay alive in overtime. Is Moira going to be able to touch? Sombra is coming on the play here, but unfortunate.
Sombra almost touches. No.
Unfortunate. It does look
that
like
was
that
a
is
really messy fight. Team Blue ended up cleaning it up.
Definitely.
But
you know what? Blue did have the ult economy, but I don't think they utilized it correctly, especially.
I feel like Team Blue had better team play, but I feel like their individual skill was lacking in comparison to the other two.
Definitely. Because
compared to Team Yellow.
Team Yellow had some really messy fights, but ultimately it seemed
Quick
like
leave before his ego goes up.
I am like... And you know what? Val just too excited. So, you know, just making the other team die off. Oh, that was fun. I recorded it too, so plate is gonna be seeing this. Hi, future
nice.
prepaid. Alright,
hello.
stop and recording.